All right, Doug, now we get a chance to demonstrate approach to stall at high altitude and the difference of what we saw at 15,000 feet. For this one, again, we'll be on the autopilot. We're going to be in altitude hold, and we're going to do the thrust to idle, and we're just going to watch all the cues develop here as we slow on down towards intermittent stick shaker. For this one, I want you to go ahead and recover at intermittent stick shaker, although in the real world, you'd recover at the first indication of low speed or approach to stall.
Never allow it to get there.
Right. Okay. Now in this one, we're just going to lose a lot of altitude. That's all we're going to have. We don't have a lot of excess thrust available. And the main thing is when the recovery, deliberate nose down reduction, your elevator is primary. And you're going to have to keep the attitude parked below the horizon as we build up that energy. We want to really avoid a secondary stall. What's nice is you have good indications. You have pitch limit indicators and your bottom of your red bar on the bottom to tell you if you're getting close to intermittent stick shaker again.
So it's all about angle of attack.
It's all about angle of attack, managing angle of attack. So again, the memory items on this, approach to stall recovery, your first indication, autopilot, auto throttle's off, okay? Nose down elevator with the flight controls, trim if you need it, because it could have a nose up trim in there, roll the innermost horizon, thrust is required, make sure your speed breaks down, and we'll go ahead and recover eventually. We'll just lose a lot of altitude here.
Sounds good.
All right, so let's go ahead and turn off the auto throttles and bring the thrust back to idle. And in this one, additional, we'll do a little bit of bank as we slow down too to show you some of the drag effects of going into it with a turn here. So first indication here, we got our deceleration carrot. Stabilizers trimming nose up. And what's our approximate angle of attack here?
We've got about 3 degrees.
Good, and the angle of attack is going to continue to increase as we decelerate here. This is our min maneuver speed. That gives us 1.3 degrees or about 35 degrees of bank protection once we hit the top of that. And now just for demonstration, we're going into a turn here. I'll do heading select, and that'll put in a little bit more drag as we use some of that vertical component of lift for the horizontal.
45 degrees of bank, so that'll really get us going over there.
Should be 30 degrees. Okay. There we go, 30 degrees of bank. There's our min maneuver speed. Okay, right now, let's go ahead and set max continuous just to show some of the thrust limits here. Max continuous selected, about 101% N1s. The engines take a while to spool up.
Airspeed low.
Now it just slows the deceleration rate, right?
Right.
We're not going to be able to accelerate back. We're too far beyond the power curve. So in reality, our only option here would be
lower altitude.
Go ahead and descend. Just for training, we'll take it all the way to intermittent stick shaker.
Okay.
Pitch limit indicators, min operating speed here on the bottom. Cover, autopilot, auto throttles. As soon as you push nose down, look how you unload the wing. Trim is required. Thrust is all set max continuous, speed brake is down. And we'll keep the nose below the horizon. What we want to see is the acceleration carrot coming back towards our entry value and avoid the secondary stall. Now that carrot's on your entry speed, you can start the pitch recovery with gentle pitching up, gentle. Avoiding the secondary stall.
Boy, it's
very sensitive in pitch, really isn't it? Yeah. And you're just going to lose a lot of altitude. That's okay. Get that wing flying again.